Yo, what is up everybody? It is your favorite engineer, Drew, back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make your 2-track instrumentals bump and be ready for your vocal mix. And just a few things before I start, you can actually buy this vocal chain with the link in the description on my website, where you can buy mixing, mastering, and presets. Whatever you need to take your sound to that next level, that professional level, go to my website. And also, last thing, I just wanted to thank you guys so much. We just hit 3,000 subscribers, which is insane. This is a huge accomplishment of mine, and we're looking forward to keep growing. My next big goal is 5K, so hopefully we can hit that pretty soon. And then my big goal for 2025 is to hit 10K. So yeah, make sure you subscribe now, and you can stay tuned for all this free information that I'm giving out to you guys. And I just appreciate all of you guys who like and comment on the video and just show me all the support. So thank you to all you guys. So yeah, let's get into this video. Alright, so let's say that you downloaded a beat off YouTube, or you just got a beat from a producer and you do not have the stems, and you really just want it to hit harder while also allowing your vocals to sit inside the beat. Now this is very tough, since most of the time when you get a 2-track beat, they already squash with limiters and compression and all that. They're already mixed to how the producer wanted them. But realistically, the beats are made so that vocals aren't going to be able to just be thrown on them and sound great. So what we have to do is we kind of got to carve that space out to let the vocals sit in, while also getting more of those dynamics back into the beat and letting it hit just that little bit harder and give it that punch. So I'm going to play you what this beat is going to sound like before and then after, and you're going to hear the difference that it's going to make when we put the effects on. So let's do it. So beat sounds pretty good. Now let's throw these effects on, and you're gonna hear a big difference in the sound of it. So here we go. So, as you can hear, made a pretty big difference, not only in the sound profile of the beat, but also just how hard it's hitting. And there's a few different things that we're using to get control of this beat, so I'm going to show you what they are right now. So first up, what we have is some sort of saturation. Now in this case, I use the NLS bus from Waves, which is a very good plugin if you want to get that analog kind of sound feel to it. And I actually got this trick from Help Me Devon. So shout out to Help Me Devon and all the audio nerds. Love those guys over there. They do some great stuff, so make sure you go check out that channel. And all I did was I threw it onto the beat track, and then what I did is I kept it on the spike mode, which is kind of emulating that SSL sound, that SSL console. So that's what that's going to do. So yeah, that's all I did, was I literally just set it to spike mode. As you're going to hear, it's going to give that beat a little bit more life with the saturation. So let's hear what this is really doing. So to me, it kind of feels like it gave that beat just a better feeling and just controlled it a little bit more, while giving it some of that analog warmth just to make the beat more pleasing to the ears. So I just really like how that sounded, and yeah, that's literally all I did, just throw it on, turn on spike mode. After that, this is where the controlling of the beat comes in. So with this is actually the Trackspacer by Waves Factory. So my goal with this is just to carve space for that vocals to sit in. Now there's a few ways you can do this. What I like about the Waves Factory Trackspacer is when you sidechain the vocals to this, it will create that space automatically, and you can adjust how much you want it to take out of the beat. So what I'm going to show you is how I sent the vocal, how I routed it, and then how it's working. So first up, I'm going to show you how I routed it. So with this, as you can see, I have the main Vox right here, and all I did was I right clicked on the beat track, and then I hit sidechain to this track. Now as you're going to see, all it pretty much does is it makes a send to that track and turns that volume all the way down. Then you want to hit Trackspacer, and then when you hit Trackspacer, hit this little plug and then gear icon right up here on the top, and then all you're going to want to do is go to processing, sidechain, and then turn it up to 1. Now what this is going to do is it's going to send this signal to here, and what it's going to do is you're going to see a display, and it's going to show you that the vocal is getting sent to this. And this is a very light thing, but it's very important to let your vocals sit into that beat.
Yeah, whoa. Shawty wanna ride, tell her yeah, whoa. She got feelings deep inside, yeah, whoa.
So that white line right there is showing you what the vocal is kind of taking out, showing you that curve of the frequencies that are clashing, and it's just removing those clashing frequencies by using a type of dynamic EQ. So now I'm gonna turn it up a lot to make it more dramatic, and you can hear how the beat's ducking to the vocals. So let's do it.
Whoa, shawty wanna ride, tell her yeah, whoa. She got feelings deep inside, yeah, whoa. She want me inside, tell her yeah, whoa.
So as you can see, when I turned it all the way up, you can really hear that when the vocal is going on and then the beat's going on at the same time, you're gonna hear it in that frequency range that I have selected, it's getting ducked. What it's doing is turning down those frequencies of the beat, so it lets the vocal just sit in a lot better. Now what this low cut and high cut is doing is it's pretty much selecting what the frequency range that it's going to take out from. Now I don't want it to take out the low end and bass of my instrumental, so that's why I have the low cut all the way up to 455 hertz, so that way it's not affecting that low end. Then I also don't want it taking too much of the high end to key in around that 4,000 hertz range, because that's kind of where that harshness tends to sit in a lot of instrumental parts and vocal parts. So we kind of want to control that with this, but you're also just cleaning it up just that little bit more. After that, I'm just looking to shape this beat just a little bit more. I want it to get to that sound that I really want, so I'm using a parametric EQ2. You can use any EQ for this, and I really just wanted to add some more warmth into this beat and just get it sounding nice and cozy. I pretty much just went at the 210 hertz range, which is where I found that warmth and body to the beat, and I just boosted it by 4.2 decibels. And I also took it out to 2400 range because I just didn't like the way it sounded, and I took out 3.4 decibels there, so a good amount of changing in this sound profile. So let me show you what this sounds like before and after the EQ, and I'm just going to play with all the vocals, so you're going to kind of hear what this song sounds like. So this is without the EQ.
Yeah, whoa, shawty wanna ride, tell her yeah, whoa. She got feelings deep inside, yeah, whoa.
And then this is with the EQ.
Yeah, whoa, shawty wanna ride, tell her yeah, whoa. She got feelings deep inside, yeah, whoa. She want me inside, tell her yeah, whoa. So we down about her, tell her yeah, whoa.
So as you can hear, when I bring it in, it really just brings up some more of that body and warmth into the beat and just makes it sound nice and cozy. Now after that, I wanted to add some of that punch back into the beat like I talked about before, and I'm going to do this using the Neutron 4 transient shaper. So what transients are is pretty much just that first thing that you hear when the kick hits, when the hi-hat hits, whatever. It's pretty much just that punch, like I said, it's pretty much just adding that force. So since this beat has been mastered already, when you master something, it tends to take out some of that punch because it is dipping down those peaks while bringing up the quiet parts of the beat so that it gets nice and loud. But since we are going to master this song again, we have to bring back in some of that punch and dynamics back into the beat. Now what I did is I have 3 different bands. So right here I have my low end, then I have kind of the low mids, and then I have the upper mids and highs kind of in the same area. What I wanted to do with this low end is this is kind of where I wanted to control that 808 and kind of that low end of the kick, but mostly the 808. Really wanted to, get more punch, like I said, but I also kind of wanted to bring up the sustain, which is going to allow that 808 to tail out a little bit longer. So I'm going to solo this band right here, and you're going to see what it's doing. So if you're listening on a phone speaker or something like that, you might not be able to hear that. But if you are on like higher quality speakers, what you heard was that punch is just coming out a little bit more and the 808's just lasting a little bit longer, like I said. Now the way I did this was I just turned up the attack to 2. Now this is how much punch you're going to add. I just took it up to 2, something very slight, but you're going to notice that it adds that punch that we wanted. And then with the sustain, I brought it up to 0.9, and like I said, it's just gonna let the 808 tail out a little bit longer and let me feel it just a little bit more. So yeah, pretty simple. We added that punch in the low end that we wanted. So now we got the bass good and more punchy. Now we're gonna focus on the kick in that low mid area just so we can get more punch out of there as well. So what I did was I turned this attack up to 1.7, and then I turned the sustain up to 0.9 again, just because a little bit of those higher frequencies in the bass are in this area as well. Then the last band I have is pretty much the rest of those mids and the high end. So I just wanted to add some more crispiness and more punch to the hi-hats and snares with this. So all I did was I turned the attack up to 3.2, which is more than before. So we're getting a little bit more of that punch. And then I turned the sustain up to 0.6. So yeah, pretty small numbers still, even though I took this one up to 3.2 this time. And as you're gonna hear, when I bypass this and bring it back, you're really gonna hear that it just feels a lot more punchy. So, but you're also gonna notice that I have a little bit less headroom to work with now that I've brought these transients up. So let's see it. So yeah, we gained a lot of that punch back into the beat, but as you can tell, we lost some headroom. So before it was peaking at around -6, and then after it was peaking up at -3. Now that is because we're adding some punch, like I said, to the beat. But yeah, -3 after all the effects is a good number for me in the 2-track, just so I know what level it's gonna be at before I add my vocal. But yeah, even though we lost a good amount of headroom there, we gained a lot more punch than 3 decibels. So yeah, now this beat is really hitting hard and in the spot that we want it. But yeah, that is pretty much all you have to do, and then you just mix the rest of the song like a normal song. So yeah, pretty simple. Hopefully this guys helps you out when you're downloading beats off YouTube or whatever, and you're having just a little bit trouble getting your vocals to sit in them, or they're just not hitting as hard as you wanted. Hopefully this helps, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, comment down below what you want to see next, or a vocal preset that you want me to recreate next. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Stay tuned for future videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.